Okay. Over to you, Mr. Governor. Welcome to be with you this evening in London. Can you tell us about the journey here today and what is the main purpose of you coming to talk to the diaspora in terms of the new domination?
Well, the journey here is that we believe that every Sierra Leonean ought to be educated and sensitized about what we are trying to do to our currency. And the diasporans are an important part of the Sierra Leonean economy. We rely on the diasporans for remittances back home, which helps the people of the country very much. And therefore, it was important for me to come to London and hopefully get to Washington also, the two countries where we have most Sierra Leoneans, and educate them about what we are doing, dispel some of the falsehoods that are being said, and let them understand that they are part and parcel of the country Sierra Leone and they play an important part, and to get them to support and the development of their country.
I believe you mentioned on your speech earlier on what the denomination is going to cost for people in the diaspora in terms of paying 10%, or if they haven't been to Sierra Leone since 2021 to date. How is it going to affect people who haven't been to Sierra Leone for the past couple of years, for example, the deadline?
What I said was, it's going to cost us resources to send money here, but also it will cost the embassy also resources to take money from people who are not able to send it back home and get it changed. And therefore, there will be a surcharge of 10%. But nobody has to pay that. All you need to do is send your money with your friend who is going to Sierra Leone on and or before November 15th, and you are fine. But if we have to have the diplomatic staff collect that money, and we pay courier services for that money to be sent back to Sierra Leone, and we pay courier services for money to be sent here, the new currency for you to get, then it just stands to reason that you will have to pay for that.
Final message to the diaspora from you, sir.
Excuse me?
Final message to the diaspora.
Final message from the diasporans. As one who used to be a diaspora only close to 4 years ago, I actually know that in spite of how well you do here, home is home. Think about home. Invest in Sierra Leone. We are going to bring some instruments such as diaspora bonds that will allow you to save in Sierra Leone with your foreign exchange protected, because we'll pay you back your principal in foreign exchange of the currency of your choice and pay you the interest in leones in Sierra Leone so that you can use it to do whatever you want to do. You will not need to go to Western Union and that to transmit money if you buy the bonds that we are going to put. You put it in a bank here that we are going to designate, and then anytime you are ready for your cash and you want to turn in the bonds, we will pay you the value of in the currency that you invested in, but the interest will be paid in leones.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, as a Deputy High Commissioner, I know you witnessed this event today, whilst we have the Bank Governor from Sierra Leone telling us about the new domination and what it means to Sierra Leone. As a Deputy, I know your role has been very great within the contributions of what the embassy does. What would you say about his presence here today to the diasporans?
Well, I have to say, on behalf of the Sierra Leone High Commission in London, it really is a great day and a massive opportunity for us to have the bank governor here today. A lot has been said in the press. Some of it must have been very confusing for our nationals living abroad and have raised quite a few concerns. But with the excellent presentation of the bank governor, I think everyone will be reassured. We had the audience here today, and at the end of his fantastic presentation, there wasn't that many questions that were left unanswered. He's definitely one to be proud of as a Sierra Leonean.
The bank governor mentioned we will not be able to have access if we don't return our money back for those who have lived in Sierra Leone. How is it going to affect those that haven't been to Sierra Leone but have traveled with the currency out of Sierra Leone whilst they were there?
Okay, well, in reality, the currency would only remain legal tender for a specific period. However, the bank governor is going to make all efforts to try to see how he can manage to accommodate all these currencies that are out here. He did mention as part of his presentation that there are plans to use some of the missions as agents to help, to help change the money. So if you have 5 million leons, in your hands over here in the UK, he will be able to organize something whereabout that money would be changed to the newer currency. So there are lots of plans afoot. But so for now, let us not be concerned about any of that, if I may say so, because I'm sure he's really excellent and he will take care of all these little loose ends. But all I'd say is it is a fantastic opportunity for us to help change the path of our country. And definitely, I look forward to all the positive outcomes of this change.
One last one. What will be your message to the diaspora in the UK in terms of the change?
My message to the diaspora is do not be concerned at all. We are feeling very confident now that we have seen the presentation. We will try to get it on our website as well. We'll talk to the professor so we can publish certain parts of it, if not all of it, in our SLHC website, so you can all be informed. So unfortunately, try to see how we can reach you with the information that has been shared to us today.
I believe you're Head of Chancery in the High Commission in the UK. Yes. Can you tell us what this presentation means to you today as the Head of Chancery? The
presentation today is very important. It really told us how far the government of Sierra Leone is going to rebrand the country and to put again on the track of economic development. You listen to the presentation by the great professor. By the time he finished, he was giving a very big round of applause because people were saying in the university that he had answered all the questions, in his presentation that we are intending to ask. So that alone is very good for Sierra Leone and very good for the diaspora.
As the Head of Chancery, how are you going to coordinate the mission in terms of collecting money?
Definitely, we are going to do that as being given by the instruction by the governor. We welcome all Sierra Leoneans with open hands to come with their various currencies before the deadline which has been given for the November 2022. Once those money are here, definitely, trust us, we channel that to our country.
So how much support are you going to give the diaspora in terms of this change in denomination?
Big support. And that is one I've just told you, And for any question about this redenomination, let them continue to ask us. We are there for them because we are here by Vienna Convention. We are here to represent the interest of our country and our government.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, as the Information Atache of the High Commission, what do you think about the presentation today?
Oh, the presentation was wonderful. The professor actually laid out the reasons for the redenomination and what the country stands to benefit, from it. And we're very impressed with his presentation. People were very happy.
I know somebody asked a question during the presentation about the investment in tourism, whether this new currency is going to affect the rate of tourism. What do you think about that?
Well, actually, as the professor explained, the currency is not going to have any massive change in tourism per se. Because nothing is essentially going to change. The only thing is, I would say, in that respect, is that the amount of currency that one carries around, is going to be reduced, and that's also psychologically that's going to be good. But generally, tourism is an ongoing business that governments invest in, and a lot of things are happening on that front, and not just with government, but individual organizations. So different organizations are working in the tourist industry together with the tourism ministry, and I think we are kicking off as a country in order to take a trajectory in that direction positively.
How much work are you going to put in disseminating this information about the new currency to the people of Sierra Leone diaspora, especially in the UK?
Well, part of that has already started, because the fact that the professor was here and, we invited the media to come and cover it, and the professor, very eloquently actually laid out the reasons for the denomination and what will happen, when it will happen, what we should expect as a country. So we, as a High Commission, we are also going to follow up on that. We are going to use some of those footages and place them on our website, and we're going to use all the social media platforms in order to educate our people about about what is happening, so that some of those rumors and negative talks that people generally generate around things like this will be something that we can handle. I mean, people welcome it and appreciate it and see it as something that's a positive step in another direction.
One more question. Do you think this new currency will stand the times in terms of the exchange rate that's so much in demand in the UK with the pounds and the dollar?
Well, again, I go back to the professor. I mean, what is going to happen, like he said, he emphasized that all things remaining equal, because the redenomination of the currency is not going to be like a magic wand. But at the same time, it is something that will help, psychologically, at the very least, to try to see that people understand that the money they will be spending, because the volume of it will be lesser, so they will know that, in fact, they have to be more careful with the spending of the money. And that's also going to help to have another impact on the general economy in many ways. And there are a lot of other things that he mentioned, like the digitizing the economy, for example, that's all. I mean, there are a series of things that they are putting in place that's going to help. So it is a holistic thing. It doesn't just cover one thing. It's going to cover a series of things. But we are going to elucidate on this as we show out his presentations.
So give us confidence as diaspora. Why not to be scared of this new currency?
Well, I don't think there's anything to be scared about. It is like just removing 3 zeros, from the face of the currency, so that if you are having 100,000, for example, they give you 10,000. That's going to buy the same thing that you used to buy with the money before. The only thing is the volume of the money is going to be reduced. And maybe the new currency, where I say new in quotes, is going to have different security facets on it. But then nothing is going to change. I mean, it's the same currency with just different zeros, with reduced zeros.
Final message to the diaspora from you as the Information Atache.
Well, I just want us to have confidence in our country and to have confidence in the steps that the government is taking, to understand that the government is taking these steps in the best interest of Sierra Leoneans, and it is only we as Sierra Leoneans, by coming together, we can be able to effect change in our country. I mean, we cannot try to be negative about our country, negative about what the government is doing. I mean, we always have to be hopeful. We always have to know that, in fact, the government is doing these things in order to better the lives of the citizens, because that's what the government is there for, and that's what the government is doing. So I want to give confidence to our colleagues in the diaspora to understand that the country is ours, and we have to work together as a collective in order to do the right things that will take that country from this point to any point that we want it to go. And I'm sure that we have the capacity to do just that.